Sherman. We gave him this name because he looked like a little tank. Even in his final moments, despite everything he had been through, he stood strong, like a true tank. But despite his tough appearance, he was truly a special and lovable dog. We first met him at an animal rescue event. The moment I saw him, I exclaimed, "Look at that head. Could you be any cuter?" His head was huge. Later, when we measured it, we realized it was nearly the size of a volleyball. But he was old. Because of his age and everything he had been through, he was constantly tired and slept a lot. He also smelled bad, his elbows were calloused, and he had lost most of his fur. He had a strange hunchback, and one of his eyes looked bigger than the other. It was already blind. His ears were almost entirely cut off, with only tiny remnants left behind. But despite everything, he was full of love. When I touched him, when I stroked his head, he would lean in with a deep sigh. He was so desperate for affection that there was no way I could leave him there. We thought we'd just foster him for a while, help him get healthy, and then find him a new home. But on our first night, when I took him outside to the yard, he accidentally bumped into my knee. It wasn't a hard hit, but he let out a sharp cry, like he thought I was about to hurt him. That moment broke my heart. I dropped to my knees and wrapped him in a tight hug. That was the moment I knew I could never let him go.
Sherman!
Would you have taken Sherman into your home?
Very squeaky.
He bonded with our other two dogs right away. His only issue was fear. But over time, he learned to trust. He no longer trembled when meeting new people. He started to feel safe. So we put aside the idea of finding him a new home. He was our family, and we were his. His health problems never seemed to end. First, we had to remove his blind eye. It was a tough process for everyone. But the biggest support for Sherman came from our other dogs. Those moments will always bring me to tears. Then he had surgery on his knees. He had several close calls due to digestive issues. We did everything we could to keep him alive. Treatments, surgeries, emergency interventions. At one point, we realized Sherman's medical expenses had reached nearly $30,000. But we didn't care. We had already decided to do whatever it took for him. And looking back, I'm so glad we did. Time passed, but his aging body continued to weaken. At night, he was restless, becoming anxious as the sunset approached, filled with fear. He had grown old, and he was in so much pain. We took him to the vet. Upon hearing the bad news, we decided to let him spend his last day doing what he loved most. We bought him fries, a bunch of hamburgers, and 2 donuts. As he ate his hamburger during the car ride, we told him how much he was loved. And then it was time to say goodbye. It was time. At the vet, we stayed with him, giving him his favorite bed. We petted his head, rubbed his ears, and whispered how amazing he was. In his final moments, he ate 3 more hamburgers and a few donuts. And then he quietly drifted off to sleep in our arms, peacefully. On the way home, the car felt empty. The house was so quiet without him. But there was also a sense of peace inside me because I had kept my promise. No one will ever hurt you. And that's exactly how it happened. We will always love you, Sherman, forever. For more heartwarming stories like this, don't forget to like the video and subscribe.